Guys, the prompt is the next thing. If you're not on, get on, okay?
So for you right now, would you say that all the pictures you take are in manual or no? Like, what do you?
They're all my settings. They're all in manual, like they're all my settings. Like each of them, like I set them a certain way,
Uh,
depending on the light.
okay. So now let's say at concerts, right? Because now you have a very big contrast, right? Like you have maybe a huge light area here, and there's a lot of darkness maybe at the background. So what do you ensure to like have the perfect kind of picture?
So you need to expose for something. You know, you need to expose for something, like either expose for, it depends what's dark, like your subject, right?
Mhm.
It's either you're exposing for your subject or you're exposing for something else. So if your subject is dark and then there's this huge ass light that's hitting you, just expose for your subject. Then in production, you can like reduce the whites and stuff to like make up for the huge light that was there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Usually what you're exposing for, because even if, for an example, if you're shooting outside, right? If you're
Mhm.
shooting outside and it's really bright,
Mhm.
so you need to, so what you're gonna expose for, like if you're trying to shoot something in the car, but because you have the car has like this shade and then outside is really bright, you
Mhm.
have to just um what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you have to sacrifice like the light that's hitting from outside and just expose for the inside, but the outside is going to be overexposed. But what you want is the subject that's inside. So you just need to expose for what exactly you're shooting.
Okay. So do you have a team or you did alone? Like, do you have like a registered company or like just an individual who's, being hired to do certain things?
My company is registered, but it's it depends on the project really, because you have I have something that's called rate cards. So it depends on what the client wants really, because there's certain things you can do on your own, then there's certain things that you need extra hands. So I have people that I subcontract
Mhm.
when, you know, if people need a higher budget or anything, I have people who I subcontract. Then yeah,
Okay.
how I work.
So how important is it to make those connections, Because like, maybe as somebody who's like trying to start out and stuff, they're like, I know it all and stuff like that. But then how important is connections, you know, in such a community that you're in photography and film?
Yeah, ish connections are really, 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 really important, because networking is like, it's also key, in terms of business, because people won't guess that you're a videographer or a photographer or whatever. So you need to get your name out there, you know, and you need to do works for a couple of people so that they know that, yo, this guy does this, and you can be recommended. You know what I mean? Because some work also comes through like recommendations. So like, I think that's how my work comes through. Like, it's always recommended to people. Like somebody was, nah, someone told me you were a videographer, or I saw your work through this guy. So that stuff is really, 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 like, networking is also key. Like, you just be getting gigs through people, which is like amazing. And that's how I actually get some of my gigs. So networking and connections is really, really, really important. Just have to go out there with people, network with other videographers, other photographers, get on projects, do your own personal projects,
Mhm.
drop them online. People can see that, oh, this guy is actually this. Then one day when they need you, they'll text you or they'll email you or call you.
Mhm. So let's talk about the balance, because like now you're your own boss, and then you have to work hard, you also have to relax and stuff like that. Because there are a lot of people, let's say, who don't really live in the moment, and it really affects them and the people around them. So how do you balance everything?
I think I'm one of those people who don't live in the moment. But like lots of people live in the moment. But for me, it's like I'm always like dealing with um work, if it's like bills, adulting, all that stuff. So I'm learning, like now I'm learning to be like, yo, I need to live in the moment. I need to enjoy myself sometimes. That's a part I'm working on right now. I'm trying to balance that. So I haven't really grasped.
Okay. So, like,
Yeah.
let's say if somebody who didn't like photos were to say, why do I need to take like a photo, like to capture the moment? What did you say to them?
Oh, hey, photos are really, really, really important because they last a lifetime, literally, because let's say, for example, right, if um if you're like at a wedding or a special moment or anything that you'd want to show your kids one day,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
like you need to capture that moment so that you get the chance, not that you're just sitting there and you're telling your kid like, this happened at the wedding, blah 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 blah, and you can't show them anything,
Mm-hmm.
kids like seeing looks when you were young and all that stuff. So photos really last like a lifetime. Photos really last a lifetime. Like they're just a beautiful thing. Like really, 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 they're very important in life actually. So you can show people what happened in the past generation. You can show people how the world is, how things have developed. You can document things. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll ask you an extreme question, right? So let's say if they say that you'd have to do photography or filming for the rest of your life, and you cannot do the other, which one would you pick and why?
Uh, okay. Yeah, that's crazy. But I think I do filming because, okay, it's crazy. But yeah, I do filming because I feel like with film you can tell story deeper. Like you can tell stories deeper. Photo can tell much,
Mm-hmm.
but with film you can tell your story like directly. You know. So I really like film because I bought a camera to start film actually, not photography. But back then I thought, nah, the camera can't do video, so I was doing photography and stuff. But I really like photography too. But I do filming, yeah. I'd go with filming.
Okay. So let's say when you look at the future, like let's say the next 2, 3 years or the next few months, what would we have to expect from you, or what are you envisioning for yourself?
And the next,
Few months or the next few years, it's up to you. You can decide.
in the next few years, I see myself working like internationally. Like being that guy who gets called to different countries.
Mhm.
Also being that merged Zambia to start working more with different African countries, different cultures, stuff like that. Like I envision the Zambian entertainment industry being like up there where we have a lot of different people looking in to our culture and stuff like that. Like I see myself being one of those game changers or legends, should I say. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, what is the one advice that you give people to anyone who's trying to start photography or follow their dreams?
Okay, one advice I'd give is, it's just mute, like mute out all the noise, because when you say you want to be a photographer or a soccer player or whatever, these things they don't have to do with like actual papers or educational things. People think you're delusional or you're not serious or anything. So just ignore the noise, and just focus on your goal because like if you believe in it, that's all you need. Like you don't need anybody else to be like, yeah, I believe in it. All you need is just you because like the brain, people like saying your mouth, the tongue has power, but like for me, I believe the most powerful um part of the body is your brain. Like once you have it up here, like in your mind, and you can envision it and you can see it for yourself, yo, you're like gonna achieve it, man. Like you're really gonna achieve it. So yeah, my advice is just ignore the noise, focus on what you're doing. You have to believe in it 110% and work hard at it every day because talent is not everything, bro. Hard work is everything. Hard work is everything.
Uh,
Yeah.
so, is there anything else you'd like to say? And where can people reach you?
Okay, so what I'd like to say is I'd love to see more collaborative work in like our industry, like where creatives come together, even like having seminars, where creatives come through, chills, creatives come through, we share ideas, work on projects together, not having egos, imagine so many creatives in one space
Mhm.
and working one goal, to put Zambia on the map because Zambia has so much talent, but like we don't mingle with each other that much. You could say there's sectors of people who mingle with each other, but like if we can have one movement, that would be really cool because now people would really know about like Zambians because of like the content that will be going up, the ideas, merging of ideas and everything. It would be really cool because like that you can even involve like other parties to start donating money towards projects and everything because of the drive force behind it and all that. So yeah, man, I'd love to see that in the future, hopefully. And yeah, you can reach me on Instagram at underscore visionary boy. And where else? Where else? Where else? Yeah, man, like Instagram, I care about my Instagram a lot. So just Instagram, that's all.
Uh,
That's where all the work.
uh, uh, Thank you for coming here. It really does mean a lot. And to anyone who wants to join and all that, you can contact him or contact me and we can do a collaboration because we all started from somewhere.